Welcome to our webinar on how to get your real estate license in half the time and how to fast track yourself to your first real estate sale. So it looks like we got a full crowd here. I'm excited to get started, so we're going to get right into this. So just a quick, immersively brief introduction about myself. My name is Stasek. I'm a husband and a father of two boys. They're both 13 and 14. I live right here in Bay Village, Ohio, a suburb on the west side of Cleveland. I've been licensed to sell real estate since 1998. That year I did win Rookie of the Year for Century 21 at the time. In 2012, I earned the RE/MAX Hall of Fame Award. And in 2013, I went ahead and left RE/MAX, a company that I actually loved, but I opened my own brokerage, Stasek Real Estate Experts. And then in the next about three to 4 years, ended up earning over $1.2 million in commissions. Currently, I'm a coach of over 1,500 realtors in about 50 states in the U.S. here and in 4 different provinces in Canada. And I co-founded the Chase Stasek Group of eXp Realty and Kinder Reese and Stasek, another multi-million-dollar real estate company that I own. My friends and family call me Albie because Al was an old guy's name, and that just kind of stuck. And you'll be able to learn where you can find more about how to find me on social media after the webinar. So before we get started, I want everyone listening today to ask yourself this question. If we were having this discussion 3 years from today, and you were to look back over and look at those 3 years, what must have happened in your life, both professionally and personally, for you to feel happy with your progress? I want everyone to think about that question because it's important. When we look back, we kind of have to know, what was it? What would have needed to happen? Did we need to hit some milestones in sales? Did we need to make a certain amount of money? Did we have to save a certain amount of money? What would it look like after 3 years? So here's what we're going to learn in today's presentation. Number 1, how to pass your real estate exam in half the time. 2, how to win before you start and get your first real estate sale fast and create sustainable pipelines of prospects who call you and that you don't have to chase after them. And 3, how to fast track your real estate career with the right broker and the right support system and the right team and the right strategy. So, quick disclaimer before we get started. These strategies I'm going to teach today have worked for many agents, but not everyone. It's going to take hard work. You're going to have clarity on your goals, which we're going to talk about later and how we can get you there. And you're going to have a high level of commitment, and that's a big deal. We're going to talk about that as well. These are all the vital ingredients in your recipe for success in this amazing business we call real estate. And if you stay until the end, I'm going to learn how you can literally double your tuition back in the form of a scholarship. So stick around to the end. So we're going to start out and give you 3 easy hacks that you can learn to pass your real estate exam in half the time so you can get started out there helping people buy and sell real estate. So, first hack, take the classes online versus in the classroom. Now, to be full disclosure, 21 years ago, they did not have classes online, so I only had the option of learning in the classroom. And if you learn better in the classroom, then certainly just go into the classroom and take them. However, if you have the opportunity, and now that about 2 years ago, Ohio passed a law that states you can actually take your real estate, all your pre-licensing tests, not your tests, but your classes for pre-licensing, you can take them all online from the convenience of your home, or even on your lunch break. If you have a full-time job, you can even squeeze some of those classes in on your lunch break, and you can do them right from a laptop or a computer. At the end, I'm going to share with you an opportunity and a link that you're going to be actually not only be able to sign up for these classes, but also get some really deep discounts. So our Expert Mentors online real estate courses are what we're going to share with you toward the end of this. So the hack number 2, start cramming now. So what does that even mean? Well, what most students do is they take all of their classes, and there's 4 different classes that you need to take. And then when they're done taking those classes, then they start their crammer course. And the best real estate online courses out there have a crammer course that go along with the 4 courses that you have to take that are your prerequisites, if you will. And what they do is they start cramming after they take the classes. So they start the classes, 30 to 60 days later, they finish all the classes. Then they start cramming for another 30 to 60 days. And then they finally take the exam. And then hopefully, of course, they pass. But that all takes a lot of time. And so with the benefits of starting to cramming early, you get a 30 to 60 day head start on all of your classmates who are going to wait 60 days to start taking that crammer course. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but really, this test is all about memorizing these questions. You're going to see the questions over and over and over again. And the whole goal of why you're taking these classes is not really to learn how to sell real estate or how to market yourself or how to generate leads in business, or they don't even teach you how to write a contract. That all happens after you pass your test. The goal is to start learning just how to pass the test and get these questions done. So by the time you're done with all the classes, you've already taken the exam multiple times. And the more that you take that practice exam that's in the crammer, the better your score is going to be, and you'll improve, and you're going to see most of these questions over and over again. So, quick pro tip. These are just some study hacks. Organize your study space. Get a nice place where you can study, where you're free of distractions. Time block your day. Now, this is really super important. I see a lot of agents tell me, Al, I've been meaning to get these classes done. I've been meaning to take these, but I just can't find the time. The best thing for you to do is learn some time management. It's actually one of the things we coach our agents on. And block the time out in your day and commit to that time block. Practice on old exams. You're going to take this crammer over and over and over again. And I suggest taking it until you start getting into a 90% pass rate. Practice on all these old exams. Go over the ones that you got wrong. Make note cards for all the wrong answers and write those down. By writing it down, you're going to increase your memory capacity of keeping the memory of the correct answer. Explain your answer to other people and share, and get a buddy maybe who can do this with you, or a study group. Take breaks, of course, eat the right food, and of course, plan your exam day very carefully. So, hack number 3. Commit to 2 to 3 20-minute daily jam sessions. And so why the 20-minute jam session? Well, us as adults, our attention span is typically at an all-time low of about 12 seconds before we get distracted by something. And on average, we can really only focus 100% of our energy for about 20 minutes. So anybody can turn their phone off, even me, for 20 minutes to get a really solid, focused jam session is what I call them, and just get some really good studying in. And of course, then you avoid an overload and a burnout by doing it in small little 20-minute jam session chunks. So, second part, how to win before you start and get your first real estate sale fast and create a sustainable pipeline of prospects who call you. So, blank slide. All right. The question that you should be asking yourself right now is not how do I get my next sale, but how do I develop a system of attraction that brings steady, reliable streams of ideal potential clients to me, asking me for my advice as a professional, as the trusted authority in real estate, or even better, who are predetermined to be my clients if I accept them, right? And that's what brings us to your content strategy. You're like, what is a content strategy? Well, the content strategy is simply building an audience versus just generating leads. So what does building an audience mean? Well, the audience are all of your potential people who would either buy or sell a house from you. The problem is that when you're on Facebook or Instagram or any kind of social media, or really any kind of media, only 3% of your audience are actually buyers. And when I say buyers, I mean someone who would buy or list their home with you, which means 90%, 97% of everyone else is indifferent, meaning they're not ready to buy or sell a home at this moment. So the question is when we're marketing to the entire group, how do we do this so that it can be sticky and then we get those phone calls back? And I call this making deposits into the relationship. So what we can't do, and a lot of agents I see them come out and they expect their friends and their family members to all do business with them and call them. And the simple fact is that you can't make a withdrawal. In other words, hey, would you do business with me? Hey, would you buy your next home through me? Or hey, would you list your next home with me? Without making some deposits into the relationship bank account of your audience. Now, this doesn't just include your sphere of influence and your friends and family. It also includes everybody that you know. Maybe all the people that you're connected to on Facebook, Instagram, or maybe it's the people in your church or your social groups that you belong to. Making consistent deposits into these relationships is going to be key. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. A deposit is educating them, interacting with them, inspiring them, and infusing your market with goodwill. Here's how you do it. Now, if you're not on Facebook, you should be, because 100 million Americans log into Facebook between 8 and 10 p.m. every single night. Now, that is more than NBC, CBS, and ABC combined. That's crazy. So you gotta be on Facebook. It's the easiest, most fun platform to grow your social media presence on, and this is where all the eyeballs are. The highest, best use of your time in branding yourself and attracting instead of chasing business is your video and Facebook content strategy, and this is what we're going to talk about. Now, this is something that I teach at the highest level to real estate agents all over the world. 600% more effective. Your video, if you were to put a video out there into Facebook land, it's going to be 600% more effective than a text message. Okay? What we call this is a high value deposit into the relationship capital account. And it also invokes the law of reciprocity and fair exchange into your community. You see, the human unconscious mind can't tell the difference between a TV or a phone or a computer screen. So if you show up as a video on their phone, they can't really tell the difference. The unconscious mind don't know. Sure, the conscious mind does know the difference. They know they're looking at a telephone, screen or a computer screen versus a TV, but the unconscious mind doesn't. So your credibility runs deep when you shoot meaningful video. So what's the end goal? It's to create authority with your target audience, which results in a community of people who not only see you everywhere, but you've developed an affinity with them and call you when it's time to buy or sell a home. This is what the end goal is. And so there's two types of affinity. There's surface affinity and there's deep affinity. The surface affinity is how you sound. It's how I sound right now in this recording. It's how you look in a video, how you dress, or even the quality of the video production. That's called surface affinity. Deep affinity, this is where all the magic happens. This is where the bond with your audience happens. And the 3 pillars of messaging, I'm going to give them to you right now, so make sure that you write these down. So the 3 videos that you can literally start shooting as soon as you get your real estate license to start attracting business and start growing your brand are these 3 videos. Number 1, a local market snapshot. Number 2, community events. What's happening in your community? Are you throwing any events? If not, you don't have to. There's always events going on. What the goal is you want your audience to come to your videos as the source of any kind of community events or things going on in the community. And third, this is my favorite, a local business owner snapshot or highlight of that particular business. And for me, it's always a business that I give my business to. It's my favorite gas station where I go to get my coffee and fill up and get my car fixed and stuff like that. It's a place where I go get my hair cut. I'll go into this a little bit. This is a market snapshot I just did of, I live in Bay Village, but I do own some property in Lakewood, and I've done a lot of business in Lakewood. So I attend Angelo's Pizza. If you're in Cleveland, you're listening to this, and you know anything about pizza on the west side, Angelo's is the place. At least that's my opinion. And I do attend there every Friday. So one of the things I did was I went ahead and I shot a video on what's going on in the the Lakewood real estate market. And I just educated Remember, that's one of the deposits. I educated my clients. I actually shot a video. You can't really see it here, but it was a video that I shot, and I just went over the market statistics and let them know. And this is something that when you get your real estate license, you're going to be able to pull these statistics up easily with the click of a button right in the multiple listing service. As you can see, and I want you to pay attention over here, is that this was shared 19 different times. It was viewed over 5,000 times by my audience. And what I did was, with the engagements and people that I reached, is that I grew the audience of people by making deposits into the people of Lakewood who own homes and shared this great information for them. And then, of course, the thing that I did that you also can't see in this is I made them an offer. And the offer was, if they'd like to learn what the value of their home is, I have a special home evaluation tool that they can click on. And I'm not going to get deep into that strategy. We can talk about that if you'd like. I'll give you some information how you can reach out to me after this if you want to know more on it. But the principle that I'm trying to teach here is that I made a deposit into the people in the Lakewood area. I also made a deposit because I did this in front of Angelo's in Lakewood. So I made a deposit into everyone that loves Angelo's, and I made an impact on the people that watched this video. Here's where I get my hair cut. It's called Wise Guys. This is in Westlake, and I did this with my son Matthew, as you can see here. I want you to, again, pay attention down here. 82 shares. This was viewed 56,000 times, and I literally shot this entire video with my iPhone. It was not professionally done, and what I did was I let the public know. This was right when they opened up, and I didn't charge them anything for it. And you know, the girls that opened this salon up, they did such an amazing job, and they do such a good job. I won't go anywhere else to get my hair cut, and I let everybody know that. And as a result of me sharing this with everybody, their business literally blew up. Their appointments blew up. The phone started ringing, and it was because of this video that literally went viral. And how did it go viral? Look, there's 82 shares. It was shared 82 times and viewed 56,000 times. Not only did I make a deposit into the relationship bank account of the owners of this salon, I also made a deposit into the community, letting the community of Westlake know that if you're a guy and you want a better experience in getting your hair cut, Wise Guys is the place. And it was just all deposit. By the way, I don't know if anyone's figured this out, but I haven't mentioned anything about real estate in any of these things, except for the first one, right? But this had nothing to do with real estate. Moving over here to Rock and Restock CLE. This is a rock concert that I throw, and it's a charity event for the local food bank. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I do it every single year, and it's a blast. It's so much fun. It's a ton of work, but you can see this was viewed over 24,000 times, 34 shares. And what my point that I'm making here is that I've generated immense amount, literally over millions of dollars in commissions have come from shooting these types of videos and putting them out there. And what's happened is that people call us to list their house because they believe that we're champions of our community. We're out there and we're putting this great content out there, and we're doing it with a purpose, and we're doing it with a strategy. So what other topics, what other things could you shoot videos on? Okay. Well, the question that you want to ask yourself is, what keeps your audience up at night? So if you're listening to this right now and you've bought or sold a home before, think back to when you bought or sold a home and think of maybe some of the things that you were really, really concerned, nervous, things that gave you anxiety, things that you leaned into your real estate professional about. Or maybe think of some experiences that you had that weren't great and that could have been better. Maybe you didn't even have a realtor and you experienced some hardships when you were going through it because you didn't have the right representation. Then that would be something that you could shoot a video on and share that real experience with your audience. This stuff really gets sticky, everybody. Okay, this is so simple to do, but what I'm teaching you right now are the things that the best marketers in the world use, and you can use them to fire your business up and spread your excuse me. You can get your name out there, is what I'm trying to say, and market yourself. Thank you. And it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. That's the best part. What are the biggest fears of buying and selling? Be a storyteller. Tell a story. Maybe when you bought or sold a home, you didn't have a good real estate agent. Maybe they just weren't educated on they didn't have a procedure. They didn't have a proven, repeatable process to plug you into, and something fell through the cracks. I'm not saying that you name names or anything like that, but you can tell a story, and stories are really super sticky. So why aren't more agents you don't see out there leveraging? You may be thinking, well, Al, I don't see agents shooting video out there. Well, my team and myself, I've shot video for the last 3-4 years, but it's just me. More agents aren't doing it because of two reasons. One, they really care too much about what other people are going to think if they see them on video. And two, a lot of people have a low self-image of themselves. And I'm going to tell you that these are the two number one things that stop people from growing their brand and generating business, inbound business. Just here I'm telling you to do is, if you can get over that thing. No one likes the way they sound. Even me. No one likes the way they look on video. Even the most beautiful people out there. Just get over it. Your audience loves you. The fact that you're putting out really great content, that's all they're going to really care about. All right. So let's talk about your Facebook content strategy. This is very important. And these are things like, listen, guys, you are not going to learn these things in your real estate classes. So pay attention, write these notes down. This is gold right here. So what is Facebook like? Weight and engagement. And I'm going to explain all these to you. What and when to post, and your syndicate. Okay, first, weight and engagement. What does that mean? Well, weight and engagement means, what does Facebook weigh mostly into with engagement? Okay, engagement is someone who shares, someone comments, someone likes one of your posts, someone clicks on it, and even video views. If they view your video, these are all engagement. So what Facebook does is they weigh these things in the order that you see right here. The shares have the highest weight, meaning if you have a share, they're going to start putting your post in front of more people. Okay, if someone comments on it, that's another sign to Facebook who's saying, wow, this must be some really good content. We're going to push it in front of more people. Likes, clicks, and of course then video views as well. But the biggest one is shares. So it's great. And you saw all those shares on those other posts. Facebook loved the fact that people were sharing it. They loved the fact that people were liking and engaging with it. So they boosted it in front of more people, which gave it, I ended up getting more leads and growing my audience bigger ultimately. So what else to post? Personal experience. So this is kind of like the textbook. I can tell you that I probably do about 50% business, and then all of the rest. But they say, the experts say personal experience 25%, motivation and inspiration 25%, a little bit of humor in there 25%, and then of course 25% business. So 1 out of 4 posts, they say, should be about your business. And then all the rest should just be stuff that would connect you with your audience. Now, my audience knows that I've been in real estate. They know I've been in real estate for a very long time. And they know that, I travel, speak, and so they kind of expect, my audience is warmed up to the fact that I'm going to talk about real estate probably half the time. And if they don't like it, they can disconnect. But they've been around so long that most people are not disconnecting. They love following me because the content I put out has value, and I put deposits in there, which is what we're teaching you today. So timing is important. From the time that you put your post up, whether it's a video, ad, whatever, the clock starts ticking, and you have 60 seconds from the time that you post that for the Facebook gods, or their algorithm, if you will, to decide whether they like it or not. Meaning, what you want to post is things that are interesting and relevant to your audience so that they're going to engage, and we want them to engage within 60 seconds. So this is how we were able to do that. Post in the right time. First thing in the morning, you can post around 3 p.m., and posting between 6 and 8 p.m. is going to help. By posting in these time frames, you're going to increase the odds of you getting that audience engagement, okay? So we covered what and when, and now your syndicate, okay? Your syndicate is a group of people that you can put together who are like-minded. Let's say that you have a group of other people that are getting their real estate license, and it doesn't even have to be that. It could be other business owners or people who are interested in growing their brand in whatever it is. And it could be, 3 to 5 people, or as much as 10 if you'd like. And what you do is you get a little group of people together and say, look, everybody, I just learned these really great Facebook strategies, and I'd like to share them with you. And you share them what you learned today with this group, and tell them that every single time that someone in the group posts, that everybody jump in there within 60 seconds and try to like it, make a comment on it, and if it's really good content, even share it. And you help each other out. And I'm a part of about 2 or 3 of these content syndicates, if you will, and we just literally help each other out by getting that engagement going early, right when we post it, and it's going to really help your overall content strategy. So, pro tip: when you're thinking about what to post, remember, think about, we want to enter the conversation that's going on inside the heads of your prospects. What's keeping them up at night? Be you. Be authentic. Don't try to be some of these other personalities that are on social media. Just be you, and it's going to be sticky. So now what? Facebook Lives. Really, really big on Facebook Lives. Why? Because everyone that you're connected with is immediately notified as soon as you go live. Now, the thing with Facebook Lives is there's no editing. So you're going to need to nail it right on the first try, if you will. And, it's okay if you have pauses and whatnot on the lives, because people are expecting. I mean, it's live TV. You can also take that live or video and rip it from Facebook and put it on YouTube. Remember, now this is one piece of content, and you can share it on YouTube. You can also share that same piece of content on a video blog. You can also rip the sound, and we do this with some of our podcasts now, and make that video that you shot into a podcast episode, which then would publish to iTunes and everywhere else that people search and listen to their podcasts. So why should you have a podcast? Well, about a year ago, Google said that we are going to make podcasts first-class citizens alongside text and image and video results. So when you do a search, and let's say someone's going to be doing a search for Cleveland real estate or anything like that, if you have a really great podcast with great content, it's going to start coming up further toward the top of that Google search. That's what they're saying. And so that it's important. So check out my podcast. It's called This is CLE Live with Al Stasek. I don't talk about real estate. It's all about Cleveland. It's content just in Cleveland. It'll give you a little bit of an example. This is I did a quick little screenshot of an interview I did with the reggae legend Carlos Jones. He's a good friend of mine, and he actually played at Rock and Restock last year. So check it out. This is CLE Live, and it'll give you an example. It's super easy, by the way, to shoot a podcast. It's shouldn't cost you a whole lot of money either. So, in a little quick recap, let's remember the goal. We want to educate, interact, inspire, and infuse the market with goodwill. So how do we fast track your real estate career with the right broker, the right support system, and the right strategy? All right. The problem with the old model is this. So, your traditional companies start out with an international company at the top. Then they sell regional owners, the regions, and those regional owners are the only ones in that region that are allowed to sell them franchises. Franchises, somebody buys a franchise, and they're an owner of that, and then they usually hire a manager, they open up an office, and they hire staff, and then comes the agent. And the problem with this model, this traditional model, is that the managers and the staff and the franchise owner, regional owner, and the company all get money from the agent's efforts. And so you can see us down here at the bottom. This traditional model just, it's worked for years and years, but it's being disrupted by this new model, and I'm going to share the new model with you. The new model puts the agent as the owner at the top, and the international company supports the agent from the bottom with disruptive technology from a cloud office, giving the agent stock or ownership in the company, and even sharing the revenue with its agents. So this is our new model right here. And in the new model, they get rid of the regional owners. You can see they get rid of the owner who buys the franchise owner. They get rid of the manager. There's no need for managers and the staff, and they actually do hire the staff to support the agent by the company. So this is our new model. Now, the thing that you want to remember is that you are here at the top, and whether it's a team you're joining or a brokerage you're joining, you want coaching and training and leadership to support you. These are what we call pillars of support. You need the team to support you administratively and have, either a local office that you could either work out of or somewhere close to where you can meet a client somewhere. The next thing the team should be supporting you with is lead generation. Okay, so with coaching and training and leadership, agent boot camps, you see those around. This is something that should be supplied to you as an agent and not cost you anything. For us, we offer a membership for free to the National Association of Expert Advisors. We'll talk about more of that later. Goal planning, metrics tracking your metrics, success coaching, weekly training calls. Ability to, if you need a second, you need a question answered, to be able to hop on a call and get with somebody. This is the coaching and training leadership pillar that we talk about from on a team perspective of support. 30 hours. Now, this is something that we offer, not all brokerages do, but you should be looking for a company that offers live training. Now, we are 30 hours a week plus of live training that we give to the agents in our brokerage. So you can see just these are pictures of some of our trainings and the agents that are coming to learn. We actually invite agents from all of the brokerages to come and learn and be in our environment, which leads me to the second one, which is administrative support and office access. So transaction coordination. This is like having an assistant helping you with all the paperwork so that you can get face-to-face with more clients. Listing input. Putting a listing into the computer is probably the lowest dollar per hour activity that you can do as an agent, and it takes your time away from either prospecting or getting in front of buyers and sellers, which is where your money's at. Professional office access, business cards, yard signs, social media management. All of this is part of a solid support, administrative support staff in that second pillar. And our last pillar, lead generation. One of the lifebloods of really boosting your business and getting it to the next step. Most brokerages don't offer lead generation. So on a team level, you want to pick a brokerage and a team that has a CRM. We obviously use Commissions Inc. There's a ton of great CRMs out there. We use Commissions Inc. There's KV Core. There's Boomtown. There's a ton of different companies out there that are CRMs, technology that you can use to grow your business. We're not endorsing one or the other, but you should pick a team that has one. Targeted leads, round robin distribution of leads, deal days, meaning a day that you can come in and just get more leads and deals if you need them. Call nights. We organize call nights and create an environment for agents to come in and give them some food, and we have a good time, and we make calls and have fun with prospecting. Social media, call realty resources, just having this environment for success and helping agents in a fun environment, getting in the rhythm of doing the right things in the right order, and showing them everything. By the way, we have a club that we created called the 100K Club. If you want to make $100,000 in real estate, there is a path to doing that, and it's not trying to guess what's doing what in the right order. We have certain perks, extra coaching, special CRMs. We load daily call lists in every single day for these agents in the 100K Club. They get extra leads, extra training. These are the types of things you want to look for in your next team or brokerage. Now, if you'd like the cost of your education back, we're going to show you how you can do that if you'd like to come to our career night. So what you're going to learn at our career night is our fast track real estate classes, how you can sign up for online classes and save a ton of money, almost a third of your money saved. And on top of the money that you're going to save on real estate classes, we're going to show you how you can get that money back within your first year if you decide to join us. And so just go to realestatecleveland.net. That's realestatecleveland.net and sign up for our next career night. That URL should take you to the next one. We do one a month, and it's exclusive to the first 15 people to come. Why do we hold it only 15? Because our office where we're at is going to only hold 15 comfortably, and we want to be able to spend time with people, answer all the questions that they have after it. So if you liked what you heard today and you think that we can help you grow your real estate career just with a little bit that you just learned in the short period of time. Go to realestatecleveland.net, come to our career night, check it out, ask us any question. We're transparent in everything that we do, and we'd love to meet you. Also, I'd love to connect with you on Facebook. Follow me on either of my two Facebook profiles. One is Albie Stasek, the other one is Al Stasek. That's my public profile, and you can also follow me on Instagram. And I appreciate your time. And as we say at Kinder Reese and Stasek, we will see you at the top or from the top. Have a great day.